Good evening and welcome to The Week in 30 Minutes. The English News Department has prepared a number of reports highlighting the main events recently taken place throughout Kuwait.
Our committed team of correspondents is keeping busy on the streets of Kuwait, covering a number of reports on education, business, culture, sports, and arts, as well as other issues currently trending in the country. We are looking for stories that matter most to our viewers.
In today's episode, we'll learn about an open media day organized by the Tunisian embassy here in Kuwait. We'll also witness a gala concert entitled Treasure of Talent, as well as see a report about the Orient 499 and Awan Maktabi's third annual collaborative exhibition.
From the Sahara Golf Club, this is Sarah Club.
From the Radisson Blue, I'm Gemma Jaburi.
From Al-Sahel Club, this is Salim Kandiri.
From the Scientific Center, this is Heba Abdurrahman.
I'm Badriya Saleh, reporting for The Week in 30 Minutes.
The Tunisian embassy in Kuwait recently organized the first Open Media Day, which was inaugurated by the Tunisian ambassador to Kuwait, His Excellency Mr. Nuruddin Al-Rai, who announced that Tunisia is seeking to enhance the Tunisian presence in Kuwait as well as in the Gulf region.
The event, held at the Regency Hotel, aimed at promoting cooperation in the fields of investment, trade, and tourism with Kuwait, and to increase expert Tunisian laborers in various fields. Salim Kandiri brings us the story.
The Tunisian embassy in Kuwait held its first ever media day to inform the public and the private sectors about the advanced Tunisian laborers in various fields. The Tunisian ambassador to Kuwait, His Excellency Nuruddin Al-Rai, explained that the organized event was part of the Tunisian strategic plans to strengthen ties with Kuwait and the Gulf countries, not only in the established political field, but also to implement the exchange of expertise in trade, economy, tourism, and also to increase the expert Tunisian laborers in various fields.
We try to organize this day just to inform our brothers in Kuwait about what we have in Tunisia as skills in different sectors. Now we have more than 3,000 Tunisian who has a high degree and he look for a job, and we want to inform our brothers countries that we can help them if they need any experts in these sectors.
I am here today to speak or to give a presentation about the availability of fruitful ties between the state of Kuwait and the state of Tunisia, the Republic of Tunisia. More precisely, I was speaking about the educational system in Tunisia and its ability and its track record of basically yielding some highly qualified graduates who have been placed everywhere in the world, really. Okay, so I was basically, giving or shedding some light on the specifics of the Tunisian higher education system and the quality of the graduates that we have in the system, despite some of the shortcomings. Okay, I was also trying in my presentation to identify, the areas of mutual benefit between Tunisia and Kuwait in the context of human resources and in the context of highly qualified people.
On his part, Chairman and Director General of the Tunisian Agency for Technical Cooperation, Al-Barni Al-Salhi, announced that Tunisia has a wealth of technical, economic and scientific competent laborers ready to work in Kuwait. The main idea of this Open Tunisian Day is to introduce information and to exchange expertise and also explore developments between the Tunisians and the Kuwaitis in all fields, including education, work and others. From the Regency Hotel, this is Salim Kandiri reporting for The Week in 30 Minutes.
From the Sahara Golf Club, this is Sarah Club.
From the Radisson Blue, I'm Gemma Jaburi.
From Al-Sahel Club, this is Salim Kandiri.
From the Scientific Center, this is Heba Abdurrahman.
I'm Badriya Saleh, reporting for The Week in 30 Minutes. Spread the Passion recently launched their Evenings of Achievements, a series of events to celebrate the nonprofit organization's achievements and milestones throughout the year in support of voluntary work.
The event was also held to mark the conclusion of the Ambassador Program, which is funded by the Middle East Partnership Initiative known as MEPI and supported by the Ministry of State for Youth Affairs. The event witnessed the launch of MEPI's new application, which will become available shortly on smartphones. Correspondent Sarah Glob was at the National Library and has the following report.
Spread the Passion held a ceremony to inaugurate its Evenings of Achievements under the slogan, Help It Grow.
Today we're going to be reviewing some of the achievements that we have done over the past few months, as well as launching our web-based application. It's called a community hub. So basically we're trying to involve more members as individuals and as organizations to serve the community and engage everyone in causes that are for the society. Basically, it's a conclusion of our ambassador program, which was sponsored by the MEPI program by the American Embassy and the Ministry of Youth. It was almost a 1-year-long program, and like we concluded tonight, as well as launch it in another format. So like we have a rebirth to say of the program, as well as the different organizations. Like our main function is connecting volunteers to volunteering opportunities. So like we've been helping different organizations throughout that time. You can sign up as an individual or as a group. A group being a volunteer team or an organization or a society. Like anyone who has a non-political, non-commercial objectives can join this application and post any events they have that are for the community. Meanwhile, the individuals can sign up and can also decide to attend or join the mailing list of the organizations. So like we're easing communication in a there's a high level of confidentiality, so people can't like search you if you don't want to be searched. And at the same time, like just to try to spread the community spirit and try to make things easier, the individuals will be able to see their hours of volunteer work and track their tasks.
During the ceremony, a sentimental video was shown where the Spread the Passion family shared their memorable volunteering experiences with the audience and also touched on how volunteering has affected their lives.
Today we are gathering here to spread the love, to spread the happiness, to spread, by what? Because here now the volunteer, to be volunteer to give the Kuwait, because Kuwait give us everything. So it's very important to be volunteer in somewhere. Volunteer, sometimes you said, I will give money, that's it. But this is not, but to give your time very, it's very, expensive, the time, So to give your time, to take your time and to go to patient, to go to hospital, to go to help somebody, this is the great things in life.
I've been volunteering for 7 years now, and just recently I became a trainer with Spread the Passion, and I'm very proud of that. I have to encourage more people to volunteer, and I hope it spreads all over Kuwait to be positive volunteers.
The evenings that spanned for 3 days featured workshops by Toastmasters International as well as other non-profit and non-governmental organizations and other voluntary groups, and through their new application incorporated connecting volunteers with volunteering opportunities. The Spread the Passion family has launched their Evenings of Achievements under the slogan Help It Grow, an initiative that aims to support and promote voluntary work in the country, and also the perfect platform to launch their new smartphone application, which also aims to do just that. From the National Library, this is Sarah Gleb reporting for the Week in 30 Minutes.
Our next report comes from Ghanwa Jabouri, who visited the Radisson Blu Hotel to attend a gala concert entitled Treasure of Talents, organized by the Kuwait Chamber Philharmonica.
The concert witnessed young talented musicians play music by Beethoven, Chopin, Schubert, Prokofiev, Gobert, and Lieberman, just to name a few. Students who participated in the musical festival are graduates or current students at the Kuwait Music Academy. Let's watch.
Kuwait Music Academy is a continuation of a 20 years old tradition of international music education in Kuwait by Treasure of Talents. Every year students have the opportunity to show their achievements on the gala concerts, international exams, annual festivals, that is Treasure of Talents, and regular Chopin music competitions organized with Kuwait Chamber Philharmonia.
Today, my children, my daughter and my son will play for the concert. It's my honor to be here. That my children will play for all my friends and the music lovers.
So the Treasure of Talents is a once in a year festival that we do once in a year in the summer. So what we do is we display the talents of our students from the morning to the evening, and in the late evening, like now, we have a gala concert where we display a professional performance music. So what you hear now is our performers.
Having a musical ability and talent is by no doubt a talent worth having for many reasons. Music is soothing. Music provides a serene ambience for people. Music expresses emotions which words often fail to do. Music signifies beauty and has deep connotations beyond imagination. Furthermore, music can tell 1,000 beautiful, intriguing stories.
The thing about piano is that it can replace the whole orchestra. It can still have that timbre, I guess, and still replace a full orchestra. And you play it by yourself, and you can play it however you want. That's what makes it so appealing about piano.
I started playing the violin when I was 5, and actually my sister is the one who inspired me to play violin, because she played when I was small. She played music really, really beautiful. So I just started to love violin. It's a Chinese piece, and it just means a girl. She wanted a husband, but she didn't have one. And then at last, when I was on the fast part, she cried, and her heart was beating very fast. So then she died.
The young musical talents who played here tonight were unmistakably talented and even geniuses, as many agree. Further, their ability to tell a story through music was phenomenal, as is their musical abilities.
The audiences tonight had the delightful opportunity to listen to some of the best young emerging talents who take music very seriously, as they understand and appreciate the storytelling behind music and appreciate and respect the power of music. From the Radisson Blu, I'm Ghanwa Jabouri reporting to you for the Week in 30 Minutes.
Thank you, Ghanwa, for that interesting report. I'd love to watch those young, talented musicians. Coming up next, in a distinguished ceremony attended by ambassadors, chiefs of diplomatic missions, diplomats, and government officials, the annual Africa Day was recently celebrated at the Regency Hotel.
The event marks the anniversary of the establishment of the Organization of African Unity in 1963, which later became known as the African Union. Heb Abdurrahman was there and brings us this following report.
Embassies of all African countries in Kuwait recently celebrated the annual event known as the Africa Day, which coincides this year with the 51st anniversary of establishing the African Union, or the AU, on May 25, 1963. The event was attended by many diplomatic representatives in the country, as well as the Acting Undersecretary of Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Director of Economic Administration at the Ministry, Abdullah Al-Mansour.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank His Highness the Emir of Kuwait and the people of Kuwait for the support it has continued to give to African continent, particularly to my country Kenya. Today is an important occasion. It is the celebration that marked the 51 year of Africa Union. We used to have the Organization of Africa Union. Now we have Africa, the AU, Africa Unity. So it is, it marks the day or the calendar when the African countries, they come together to have a union whereby the policies and decision of which regards the interest of African region is decided.
Well, it is a very important occasion for the African continent. It signifies the unity of the whole of Africa following colonialism. As you will recall, most of Africa was divided during what they called the partitioning of Africa in 1844 in Berlin. And starting from 1958 with the independence of Ghana, all the African countries became liberated and became republics. And thereafter, the first countries to become independent decided that we should form an organization which groups everybody. And we ended up with what we called the African Organization of African Union. And now that has evolved into what we call the African Union, along the same lines as you have the European Union.
The idea of creating the AU was revived in the mid-1990s under the leadership of Libyan head of state Muammar Gaddafi, where the heads of state and government of the AU issued the third declaration on September 9, 1999, calling for the establishment of an African Union. The declaration was followed by summits at Lome in 2000, when the Constitutive Act of the African Union was adopted, and at Lusaka in 2001, when the plan for the implementation of the African Union was adopted. Celebrating the Africa Day, which coincides this year with the 51st anniversary of establishing the African Union, is considered a great opportunity for Africa to prove to the world that Africa is the future in many fields, such as the investment and development. From the Regency Hotel, this is Heb Abdurrahman reporting for the Week in 30 Minutes.
Desman Diabetes Institute, the School Oral Health Program of Kuwait, Kuwait University, and the Forces Institute of Boston have combined their talents to conduct a clinical study of obesity in Kuwaiti children.
In the Kuwait Healthy Life Study, over 8,000 Kuwaiti children participated. Here is more on this topic in this report by Salim Al-Kandari.
In this symposium entitled The Future of Diabetes Prevention in Kuwait, 4 speakers outlined their vision of new directions proposed as a result of 4 years into a 5-year study.
And I'm here today to participate in a symposium that will be held with 4 speakers. And what we will try to do is to outline from our point of view what we feel preventative measures would be applicable to the people of Kuwait to control the problem of overweight in children. Well, there are many different types of results. In my own research that I will review, I will discuss some of the findings that we came upon in studying analysis of saliva. In our case, we took no blood samples from these children, and we studied almost 8,000 children in this study. And from that, we have found that one of the important observations is that the insulin levels of obese children is 3 times higher than normal children. And we think that that may have something to do with the problem of obesity. In fact, we find that almost 90% of the obese children have elevated insulin levels. And we think this is an important observation. We have also seen that there is a 12% increase in obesity in the 2 years that we have studied this, from 2011 to 2014, a 17% increase in high blood pressure, and a almost 50% increase in low good cholesterol, which is an important measure of the potential of atherosclerosis in the future. So we really feel like we're on to a very, very important area, and we're hoping that we can offer some suggestions on how to cure and deal with the problem at large.
So this is the main idea, 2 things, school oral health and the project with Dasman. Dasman is very, very helpful institute for this, and also dental school here is very much involved with us. So there are 4 groups.
It was found that insulin levels in obese children were 3 times that of normal weight children. It is suggested that high blood insulin levels may be an important trigger of the weight gain seen in these children, and potentially a factor to reduce risk of diabetes. The Future of Diabetes Prevention in Kuwait was the title of this scientific symposium at Desmond Diabetes Institutes. Various institutes had collaborated to tackle the issues of diabetes. Among them is the problem of obesity in children in Kuwait, which is on the increase and must be addressed, and solutions must be found. And among them is rapid and continuous exercise. From Desmond Diabetes Institute, this is Salman Kandiri reporting for the Week in 30 Minutes.
And in our final report this evening, Dar Al Fanoon Gallery inaugurated the private viewing of Orient 499 and Iwan Maktabi's 3rd annual collaborative exhibition.
Since its establishment in 1994, the gallery aims to promote the work of contemporary artists from the region and inspire art enthusiasts and art lovers to gain awareness of this emerging talent. Sarah Gleb has more with this story.
The 3rd annual joint exhibition featuring Beirut-based boutique Orient 499 and Iwan Maktabi was inaugurated at Dar Al Fanoon Gallery.
In fact, this is becoming slowly a tradition that Mohammed Maktabi, who has the most beautiful antique and new and modern carpets in Lebanon, and ourselves, Frank Luca and I, who have a shop which is Orient 499. It's becoming a tradition to come every year to Kuwait and to have our own exhibition, because we love the people here and the people love us. So we cannot hold it without coming to Kuwait. We do kaftans, we do beautiful dresses as well, furniture like this kind of furniture, and we do copper. We bring a small, tiny collection, but which is representative of what we do in Beirut. So every year it's becoming really something that we have much fun coming to here.
Orient 499 is a trendy boutique mixing tradition and modernity and offers exclusive original handicrafts and designer creations, with items varying from antiques to modern furniture, clothing, jewellery and accessories from Lebanon and the entire region.
We're showing at Dar al-Funun a collection of selected antique carpets that we have been collecting for a very long time. We brought various pieces from Iran, from Turkey, from India, from the Caucasus, from Armenia. Last year we did also an exhibition here where we brought our contemporary line, our own designer carpets that we design and produce ourselves as a couture collection. This year we decided to bring our treasures, our antique treasures. Well, we have nice followers here in Kuwait that appreciate our work and our pieces. So the response is quite good. We're happy.
The leading carpet gallery in Lebanon, Iwan Maktabi's collection spans various styles and periods, and its antique collection contains fine Persian, Caucasian and Central Asian carpets. This annual joint exhibition between Beirut-based boutique Orient 499 and Iwan Maktabi has now become somewhat of a tradition at Dar al-Funun, and every year they bring their unique collections that possess the most creative and exquisite characteristics. From Dar al-Funun Gallery, this is Sarah Globe reporting for the Week in 30 Minutes.
A big thank you goes out to all our correspondents. This brings us to the close of tonight's episode of the Week in 30 Minutes. We hope to see you again, same time next week. Our highly dedicated team of correspondents is constantly out on the field searching for those reports that matter most to you.
We look forward to receiving your feedback on the stories we covered today and are ready to cover issues that are of special interest to you. So please email us your suggestions at moikuwaitnews@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook at MOI Kuwait News. And of course, if you'd like to see our reports once again, visit our YouTube channel at MOI Kuwait News. Thank you for joining us today. See you next week with more exclusive reports.
Have a good night.
هنا الكويت